Hey man, you got out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
This is the McCurdy Real Estate and Auction Varsity Pregame Show. Coach Austin Clifton reviews the last varsity game and takes a look at today's upcoming contests. Sponsored by McCurdy Real Estate and Auction. Real estate, but better. And now, let's join Coach Clifton with Kevin Arkin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the McCurdy Real Estate and Auction Pregame Show. Heard before each and every varsity contest, and we're joined, as always, by our head coach, Austin Clifton, before our game against the Newton Railers, which will kick off at the top of the hour. And, Coach, let's look back at Monday afternoon's game in sweltering conditions. Oh, my gosh, was it hot on Monday. But a great result, 1-0 over the Emporia Spartans.
Yeah, First, it was tough, very windy. It was our first windy game. You had a straight north and south wind. I can't remember which way it was blowing, but
out of the south.
Yeah, I was going straight one way towards the goal, so that was difficult to have to deal with because it just completely changes the game when you got the wind blowing so hard one way, and you're trying to possess the ball and do things the right way, but it's impossible when you got the wind at your back, and then when the wind's in your face, you're just trying to beat it and the other team to get down towards the goal. So we struggled. I think you put it a good way. We had a great result. I wasn't very happy with our performance, if I'm just being honest, if we're being coachy here. I thought we had no energy, no effort, so very, very happy that we pulled out a victory against Emporia's a good team. We're dealing with a lot of injuries right now, so a lot of guys are going to have to step up and earn some minutes, but yeah, we're going to have to pick it up big time because Newton's going to be a lot better. And yeah, just not a lot of effort, not a lot of energy. I didn't think that we dictated the tempo, and I thought we played down to our opponents on Monday.
Do you think that the heat had something to do with all of that? I mean, it was blazingly hot. The humidity was 80% at kickoff, and all of us were miserable out there.
I think it mentally maybe, but I mean, Emporia had to play through it, and they didn't have any injuries. We played on 2 Fridays ago against Trinity, and we had 20 cramps, and Trinity didn't have any. So it's us. I think it's us. Maybe we're not fit right now, or maybe it's just a snake-bitten year, and we're
not getting hydrated enough right now.
Yeah, we're injury plagued or something, because it seems like we're the only team that's dealing with it. Because every team we've played and every team that we've gone against when we've had these hard weather games, we're the only one that seems to struggle. So we got to figure that out. That's the first thing, and then we can start focusing and fixing the stuff on the field. But yeah, it's tough playing in those conditions, but there's no excuses.
You've already hinted that Newton is going to be a much tougher opponent in your mind than Emporia was on Monday. What can you tell us about the Railers?
Yeah, they're really good. They made it to 5A state last year. They were in the Final Four, and they lost a lot of guys from that team, but they also returned a lot of young guys. So they've got experience, a lot of good players. They looked good this summer, and they should be good. So a good team, but yeah, a lot better than Emporia.
Let's talk a little bit about the injury situation. A.J. Joint went down hard late in the first half, landed on his head. We didn't know if they were looking at him for concussion protocol or anything else, but he did not return. So let me start by asking, what is his status for tonight's game?
Yeah, he's done for at least 4 to 6 weeks. He broke his clavicle, and he had a concussion. So we're dealing with that. We had at least 3 or 4 injuries. To be completely honest with you, sitting here right now, I don't know who my varsity team is as of right now. We're going to be pulling up a lot of JV guys, dropping some guys from varsity down to JV just because, one, injuries, and then performance-wise, we need to pull up some guys that are going to give us a little bit more energy and a little bit more effort, and maybe that'll wake up some varsity guys. But yeah, we have a massive injury bug right now. I would say close to half of our team is injured right now.
That's unbelievable. That I did not know about the clavicle. We suspected the concussion just because he hit the ground head first on that. He really got flipped hard by the forward rather for Emporia, and when he went down, I mean, he went down before anything else happened. I said, "Uh-oh, there goes the goalie," because I was expecting a concussion. I did not know about the clavicle, and we saw him walking around during the second half a little bit before they took him off. He didn't indicate that he thought any kind of an injury there. Is that something they found later?
Yeah, I think that's something that they found when they got to the doctor and they had an X-ray and went to the ER. So, yeah, I don't think he knew when it happened, and then he found out when he got there.
Oh boy, that's another big hit. So we've lost Evan Locke and AJ Joint in goal, and we're only in the fourth game. So you're right. Those are two huge hits. And do you know yet what you're going to do against Newton in goal?
We'll try Johnny, and then we'll see if anybody else steps up if he's struggling or whatnot. But yeah, Johnny's the next guy up.
Okay, let's talk about the rest of the team since we're talking about injuries. Anybody else? I know that Pierce Schneider has been hurt with his bad back, and you indicated you thought he would probably miss the whole Titan. Is he still out for tonight?
Yep, he's out. Landon's out for a week with his thigh injury. He just texted me yesterday and said that they need to shut him down for a week. So we're without Landon. John got hurt in the last game. I don't know if he's good to go or not. Christian's still dealing with his injury off and on. Jesus has a bad calf. He didn't practice yesterday. He wasn't even there. Who else? Brandon keeps getting hurt each game off and on. So yeah, good majority.
You're not kidding. This is a hospital ward you're running out here with all those injuries, and certainly hope first of all that stops and no one else gets hurt, and that these guys heal up real quick. But health is the most important thing. You can't do anything about it, and you'll have to adjust. And I understand now when you made the remark earlier about moving some guys up from JV to varsity, the need for you to do that so you have some bodies up there.
Yeah, we just need bodies right now, and yeah, it's just been tough, and we just got to fight through it, and it's got to be, the next guy up mentality and who's willing to step up, and the guys that are still sticking around and not getting hurt, not getting discouraged, and keeping their head up and staying positive. So yeah, it'll be fine, but we are dealing with a lot of things right now off the field that we normally don't have to deal with.
Well, we wish you the best of luck tonight against Newton, of course, and hope these guys all heal up. Take the team you've got. Let's go out and beat the Railers tonight and play for first place on Saturday.
Yep, win tonight, and we'll play Saturday at, I believe, 2 or 3 o'clock, sometime in the afternoon. If we lose, we play at 11. So, yeah, we're happy we're on the winner side of the bracket, and we've got a chance to play in the championship. And we're taking the positives as they come. We got to win, like we said. It was a good result. But we know that when we play these better teams, it's just got to be a little bit better. And so looking for that when we get there today. And other than that, it'll be a great game.
Okay, best of luck to you. We'll look forward to a visit before Saturday.
Thank you.
Head coach Austin Clifton on the McCurdy Real Estate and Auction pregame show. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a McCurdy timeout with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of today's game against the Newton Railers. You're watching NWHS Grizz, the YouTube channel of Northwest High School, and this is Grizzly Soccer.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
West.
Go, go, go!
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer is on the air. Welcome to everyone in Grizzly Nation to another webcast of your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies as they take on the best teams in Kansas and pursue a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on youtube.com/NWHSGrizz. Today's webcast is brought to you through the support of the many sponsors of this year's Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament, including the following: Mel Hambledon Ford on the big corner of 119th West in Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. Thank you, Lisa Hamilton. And by Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West in Mays, serving customers that rank among the world's largest manufacturers of civilian and military aircraft. Thank you, Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering. By Tom Lassiter and Fleeson, Guin, Colson, and Kitch, attorneys in the Epic Center at 301 North Main. We believe our clients' best interests and needs are our own. By Intrust Bank of Wichita, 105 North Main with branches throughout Sedgwick County. Intrust is built on value. We change to meet the times, but we will never change our principles. By Dan Garreau and the law firm of Dugan & Garreau, experts in personal injury, business law, workers' compensation, wills, and trusts. Now at their new location at 3636 North Ridge Road, Suite 100. By McCurdy Real Estate and Auction on East 13th Street, just east of K96, serving Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma for over 40 years. Real estate, but better. By the Joe and Judy Coughlin and the Chris and Jan Schumacher families, strong supporters of Grizzly soccer through the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund. By Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas at the east edge of Old Town. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the great food, cold brews, and hospitality of Luis Lopez and his staff today. By Hurricane Sports Bar at the corner of 13th and Tyler. Luis Lopez has brought his hospitality west to make it convenient to Grizzly Nation. By Credit Union of America, where members are the owners. With branches all over the Wichita metro area, Credit Union of America stands ready to serve you. By Todd Eflin Narrates. Hey, that's me. Voiceovers for audiobooks, product or promotional videos, telephone systems, and business commercials. By the Robert L. Gould Foundation, a philanthropic trust assisting the educational needs of young people at Northwest for over 10 years. By the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund, providing scholarship assistance to Northwest soccer seniors each year through the support of the Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament. and by the many other sponsors who make this webcast possible. And now, to the field and to the voice of the Grizzlies, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Eflin, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wichita South High School. We're on the East Grass Field for the second game of the Titan Classic in the blue bracket. Today, in a winner's bracket game, Northwest will take on the Railers of Newton High School, who defeated Hutchinson in their first game on Monday. The winner of this game will take on the winners of the Derby and I forgot who Derby's playing. But anyway, that's on Saturday. There's a winner's bracket game on Saturday for first and a consolation game for third on Saturday as well. We will be playing in one of those two games. If we win tonight, we're playing for all the marbles on Saturday in a game that I believe starts at 2 o'clock. And if we lose today and play in the third place game, I think we play at noon, but I'm not sure of those times. Hopefully we can get a bracket from the scorer's table here before we're done tonight. I'm going to bring in Craeg Kamerick here. Craeg, welcome to General Hospital, as this is the walking wounded here today. We have a lot of roster changes. Let me give you some of them. And I'm going to start, believe it or not, I'm going to start at the top. Our head coach is not here today. He is out ill. He was not feeling well yesterday when we recorded the pregame show. And he left school today ill and is at home. Hope he's recovering quickly and will not miss a lot of time in the classroom or on the soccer field. Okay, who's not playing today? A.J. Joint is out probably for most of the season from an injury he sustained on Monday. You may recall that he got flipped by a forward from Emporia on Monday as he was jumping up to corral a ball over his head. He got upended, came down on his head, and they examined him for concussion protocol, and yes, he does have a concussion. But what they didn't know, and what x-rays determined later on, is that he also has a broken clavicle. So he is out for at least 2 months, which is basically the majority of the season. So now Northwest is down 2 goalkeepers. And in place of him, Johnny Hune will be starting today for Northwest. Landon Vestring is out with a thigh injury. We've talked about it for 2 weeks. He's been trying to play through it, and the word was finally given by medical. He is out for the rest of the Titan Classic with that injury. Calvin Bell is out. Calvin drew a red card in the fourth quarter of the game on Monday. You folks did not see it for reasons which I will explain here in just a few minutes, but he is out serving a red card suspension today. Pierce Schneider is out with a bad back. They're hoping to have him back for next Tuesday when we play at home. Who else? I think that may be everybody. John Lee was injured in the game on Monday, but he is not only dressed, he is going to start today. So that is the walking wounded here at General Hospital. Monday was a tough day.
It sure was.
I'm not thinking we're hearing you there. Try again.
All right, hear me better now?
That's much better.
All right. Yeah, it was a very rough day for us. At least we squeaked by with a win, though, against the
We did get a win, and it was not the prettiest win ever, but we did get a win on Monday, and, of course, now we're back in the saddle again. So they're doing the coin toss here at midfield, Basil Shock-Tour, and who's that out there with him? I can't tell. I'm looking
Carlos.
right into the sun.
It's Carlos.
Is that Carlos?
Yes.
Carlos got a new hairstyle, by the way.
He did.
He blonded himself. So he's out there for Northwest doing the coin toss. While they're doing the toss, let's turn it over to Craig for the introduction of the starting lineups for the Newton Railers.
All right, thank you, Kevin. And starting today for Newton will be freshman, number 5, Victor Galvin. And we have a sophomore, number 6, Elias Vela Torres. A senior, number 7, Johnny Galvin. A senior, number 8, Chris Abrigo. A junior, number 10, Enrique Mercado. A senior, number 11, Eric Valdiva Mungayo. A senior, number 22, Juan Pablo Salgado. A sophomore, number 23, Alex Toribio Terrana. A senior, number 25, Ricardo Rodriguez. A sophomore, number 37, Cole Ebert. And in goal, it'll be a junior wearing number 00, Abram Wall. And head coach for Newton will be Scott Jancy, Scott Jancy. And he will be assisted by Marco Valdivia, I believe. Valdivia. Yep, Marco Valdivia. And also Mark Pierce. That's your starting lineup and the staff for Newton High School here.
Hey, you had a little alphabet soup, didn't you? I gave him the hard ones. Here are the starters for Northwest. In goal, junior, number 1, Johnny Hune. Playing defense, senior, number 2, Basil Shocktour. Also on defense, freshman, number 3, Brandon Ramirez. At midfield, number 5, a junior, Elijah Benning. Forward, number 7, senior, Christian Urbano. Sophomore forward, number 9, Jesus Ortiz. Junior midfielder, number 11, Carlos Gonzalez Huerta. Sophomore forward, number 18, Jairo Mondillano Lopez. Sophomore defender, number 20, Miles Bemis. Freshman defender, number 21, Andrew Smith. And rounding it out on defense, junior number 22, John Lee. And that's the starters for Northwest. Northwest, the road team today, they are playing in their white uniforms and will play from left to right here in the first half. A bright, sunshiny day, not a cloud in the sky, very little wind, maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the southeast. And it's very hazy and very smoky. We have the Canadian smoke today. We had some of it Monday. It's worse today. And for those of you who have difficulty breathing in these conditions, and I'm one of them, it's going to be a little tougher today to get through the contest. Newton's in their home black uniforms with white numerals and white trim.
Yeah, it's going to be a very hot day for Newton with those black uniforms on.
It will be indeed hot wearing black. That is an advantage for us.
I have to agree with that.
Newton's going to kick it off. I believe that's Matt Wygant in the center. And we're underway here at South High in the second game of the Titan Classic. Newton and Northwest. And Northwest brings it down. Now Newton comes away with it, and they send one up the side. 2 on 3 come the Railers. And there's a trip and a foul. That'll be a free kick for Newton.
Newton did a very good job right there controlling the ball and having a really fast counterattack right there.
I want to welcome on board our production staff today. Of course, Craig Kamerick, you already know. Our producer engineer today is April Isbell. And manning the camera up top in the crow's nest where all the good view is Jonathan Pallone. You remember how to do that? You don't have to worry about it until they either score or that we stop the clock. or we go to a commercial. You remember how to do the commercials? Yeah, and then go to the 10-second folder. And just start at the beginning, except skip the first one. Huh? They're out of business. And as you can tell, this is mainly a student-driven production. Students will be running all the equipment. Craig will be providing the analysis, and Miles Bemis sends it back to Johnny, and Johnny sends it right back to Miles on the near side. Very dry, very hard field. It hasn't rained here in 27 days here in Wichita.
And I do wonder, Kevin, if this not, I guess, preferred lineup here for Northwest, because of the injury bug that they're facing right now, I wonder if that's going to play a factor in this game, because they're running a different lineup that they have run in the past.
I would expect that there would indeed be some compromises being made by the changes in personnel.
Because I can already tell from the start of the game, it looks like Basil is playing in his more comfortable defensive spot now rather than the midfield that he played in on Monday against Emporia.
That's because we're short a couple bodies back there.
That is true. Short Landon.
And especially Landon.
Yep.
You know, that's a big miss for us not having him available today. And we also lose some defense from at the midfield spot with Calvin Bell being ineligible today because of his red card.
Yep.
Newton bringing it up the near side. That's Ricardo Rodriguez with it. Has it taken away, goes out of play. It'll stay with Newton. He'll throw it in. That one chipped back. Basil with a foot on it. Can't control it. And Rodriguez is fouled. He'll get a free kick. And now we have the referee talking to Eric Munguia. Evidently, probably denying a dinner invitation. That one heads and scores. And that one scored by Eric Munguia. Nice crossing pass. I didn't catch the number of the passer. Did either of you?
I did not see. Excuse me. I did not see who passed that.
So it's 1-0. Newton. 4 minutes into the contest, and Northwest will kick it off. Christian Urbano stands over the ball. Go ahead, Craig.
Sorry about that, Kevin. Looked like the Northwest defense they got caught sleeping on that back post, and we paid the price for it. Because it was a very good cross.
The cross was beautiful.
Yeah, it was good set piece.
Here's Benning with it, bringing it up the near sideline. Gets by one, gets by a second, still has it. And now he dishes it back. That's David Avila, number 16, that makes the pass across the way to Ramirez. John Lee sends one forward. John wearing number 24 today. I think I introduced him with number 22 because that's what my roster says.
Yeah, I believe he has a 22 blue jersey, but he does not have a 22 white jersey. So he wears 24 whenever we're wearing our whites.
Well, and I only have the blue jersey roster here. So. Coach Clifton was going to give me an updated roster with any changes they might have because of all the injuries, but since he's not here today, unexpectedly, that made it kind of tough. Northwest getting a corner kick, on the far side, right by the concession stand. In the air it goes, and cleared out by Newton. Pretty good play by the Railers. Ramirez watches it go out of play. It'll stay with Northwest. And if I didn't know any better, I would say that Newton is about to change their goalkeeper.
That could be a possibility. It looks like he's all suited up and he has the gloves on.
You know, he's got the coach in his ear. That would be Angel Gutierrez.
Very interesting.
If he comes in. On the far side, Newton brings it up. Centering pass. Nice play by Munguia. And Johnny Hune corrals that one, and we'll have a goalkeeper distribution. And a pretty nice boot from Johnny. Gets it out into the center circle.
Both teams have had some pretty good attacking opportunities here in just this first 10 or so minutes we played so far.
Some back and forth soccer being played. You wonder in this heat if they're going to be able to do that for 80 minutes.
Yeah, it's a tough task, but we'll see who prevails.
Benning can't get it off of Munguia, and now it comes back to Victor Galvin. Galvin sends it over here to Alex Toribio Triana. Eli's fighting hard to get it back, isn't he?
Sure is.
Finally, a whistle blows, and they're going to call the foul against Newton and give it to Northwest on a free kick.
Yeah, great effort there from Eli, trying to fight for that ball, and he ended up getting the call in his favor there.
7 minutes gone. Grizzlies trail 1-0. Basil Shakhtar will take the free kick, and it's intercepted by Aurelian. That's Enrique Mercado Aurelian. Newton with it. Back to Aurelian. He passes one up to his buddy, Munguia. And there's an opportunity, a shot and a score off the foot of Alex Toribio Triana. And do me a favor, write down the goal scorers on that folder right there as they score. This one was, I need some numbers. This was 23 for Newton. And the first guy that scored was number 11.
All right.
And this one comes 8 minutes in. So it's 2-0. Newton. Grizzlies making a substitution as Max Nuno comes in. And he will be joined there by Fernando Durath.
Yeah, that last attacking opportunity for Newton that led to a goal. They had some really nice passing.
Yeah.
Very good passing.
Yeah, they did. That was a good build-up by Newton, and that's what they're known for. This Newton team, just for those of you who don't follow Newton, and they're not in the same bracket we are. They're in 5A, I think. Let me check that. Larry, is Newton 5A? Larry Wygant? Are they 5A? Yeah. But they got to the finals last year. Did Newton. So, and most of their team is back. They only graduated 2 seniors last year, so they are a senior-laden bunch with lots of experience. Durath sends one across, intercepted. Sent back out to center where Ramirez gives chase. He's going to let it go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Northwest. Nice crowd on hand here at South High for this second round game. The bleachers, limited seating that there is, are pretty full. And lots of folks also brought lawn chairs, as they were instructed to do by yours truly at home. And there's one. Miles Bemis will send that out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Newton on the far side.
Yeah, Miles using his speed to his advantage right there. preventing a looked to be a pretty good opportunity for Newton to possibly score right there. But good job from Miles getting to the ball.
April, you're going to be ready for a commercial when we have a goal kick. Still waiting the throw in from Newton. Joby Entz getting ready to come in. Northwest bringing it up. That's Benning, and he has it picked off his foot, but Miles Bemis will come up to get it. He sends it right back to Eli. Eli centering one, give and go, back through the wickets of Benning. He's going to go run after it. And giving it to him is Urbano.
Here's some good ball movement
Good
here.
long pass to Urbano in the corner. He'll give it back to Eli. Eli looking to center it. Durath with it. Sends it back. Bemis back up to Urbano. Give and go back to Urbano. He splits two. Can he get the shot off? And the answer is no. They're going to call an offside.
I really like the passing from Benning.
The passing was good.
Benning to Urbano, and then also Durath. They all had really good give and goes right there.
Yep.
Very good connections.
Very good indeed.
Good chemistry.
Goal kick taken all the way out to center. Shakhtar gets ahead on it. Durath on the near side now with it. And back to Benning near center. Durath again. Sends one forward. Cleared out momentarily by the Railers. And the Railers finally do get it back.
Very surprised right there that Northwest couldn't get through the defensive line.
John Lee stole it for Northwest. Good defensive play by the soccer defender and varsity football kicker, John Lee, who was perfect last week, kicking one field goal and 11-2 extra points in the in the Carroll game. And since I brought up the other version of football, Craig and I will bring that to you tomorrow night from Heights High School and Heights Field. We'll be on the air at 6:30 with the pregame show and a very interesting interview. Looks like we have an offside. We do. That'll be a free kick for Northwest. Have a very interesting interview with head coach Steve Martin tomorrow night. You'll want to listen to it. And we took some time during our visit earlier this afternoon. He and I had a discussion about the tragic accident that happened at Bishop Carroll on Monday, where the Grizzly photographer, Linda Gregory, sustained a fatal injury. This one gets poked all the way back to Wall. Wall sends it out. Durath can't get to it. Victor Medina has it. Now it comes back to Entz. I don't know if his name is pronounced Job or Joby. Either way, Northwest is going to get a free kick here. 14 minutes into the first half. There's a long one, and it goes over everything for a goal kick. We'll be back. We're going to take a 10-second timeout. You're watching Grizzly Soccer. Okay, now when it comes back, remove it and add the next one. All right, a girl. Eli Benning sends one forward. after he accepts the goal kick. Back to Eli there. He sends one, and Wall corrals it. Close to a header play by Urbano.
Yeah, that was one of the better attacking opportunities there for Northwest in the early moments of the game. Too bad Christian could not head that in.
Grizzlies giving chase deep in their own end. Nuno has it, kicks it forward. Andrew Smith and Dominic Johnson both getting set to come in for Northwest here at the next sub opportunity. At center, the Railers send it forward. Still with possession. Now that one is picked off. Urbano ends up with it, and he sends one to Shakhtar, who's the original thief here. Bassel on the near side. Brings it back, centers one. Nice play. Jesus Ortiz with it. Jesus still with it. And now he sends it back here to Benning. Benning tried to get it back to Jesus, couldn't do it. Shakhtar tackles it. Nice tackle, but nobody home.
It looked like Vinny did a give and go with the defender there.
And now here's a breakaway for Newton. Johnny comes out. Here's the shot. No. Johnny comes out and gets it.
Good decision there from Johnny.
Back to center where Newton gets it. For those of you who are not familiar, the town of Newton is 25 miles north of Wichita on I-135. Here's a chance, and the shot is blocked. Here's another one. The weak shot goes in. Johnny will pick it off. He'll have a goalkeeper distribution. 22:50 to go, first half.
Yeah, not Derby. Newton had some pretty good possession there in our end of the field. And I bet they were not happy that they couldn't use that to their advantage there.
Newton with it again, Galvin with it. Still has it. He's doing a lot of playing in circles, but so far nothing cooking. Entz with it. And there's a shot and a save by Johnny. Victor Medina sent in a grounder, and Johnny was there to pick it off.
Yeah, good thing Johnny had possession of that, because it looked, if that popped out from Johnny, it looked like there was a Newton player just crashing in towards the goal. So good thing Johnny had possession of that.
That one is deflected. It's going to go forward and stay in, and Bassel comes up to win it. Gives it to Durath. Durath to Eli Benning. Benning looking for help. Puts it in the middle. Durath is there. And Durath sends a nice through ball, but it was intercepted.
The passing is sure looking pretty fluid right here from Northwest.
They do indeed. Hyro sends one forward. Now that one got blocked, and they're going to call. Hyro's going to get a yellow card.
Yeah, that was not a good challenge there from Hyro.
So that'll stop the clock here with 21:05 remaining in the first half. Hyro will have to come off. And going in for him will be Andrew Smith. We really can't afford to lose any more players to red cards. Calvin will be eligible to play on Saturday. Now they're going to let Dominic and Miles also sub in since the clock has stopped. And they will replace. Basalt will come out, and so will Carlos. Him and his blonde locks.
Yeah, he looks like Jay Baldwin.
Good point. Newton with a free kick. We're back underway. Clock running, 21 minutes to go, first half. There's a shot and a score. Urbano. Christian Urbano cuts the lead in half. Or does he? Well, the clock has stopped, so the goal must be good.
Not sure what the ref is talking to.
That concerned me.
Yeah.
Well, and the assistant referee was parked in a spot here. Instead of running all the way to center, he stopped. Like he was going to spot the ball, and that's what kind of got me.
Well,
but the goal is good, 2-1, Grizzlies trail.
That was a great effort there from Christian Urbano.
It was. I'm going to call that one unassisted.
Well, yeah, he lost the ball to Newton.
Yeah.
And then he immediately
got it right back.
Yeah, he did. And then he just kept on pressing. He scored a goal. Great effort there from Christian Urbano.
Foul called. It'll be a free kick for the Railers.
And I also think that's the type of energy that Coach Clifton, if he was here, he wants that.
Yeah.
Just a never give up mentality. Because we're trying to turn the season around right now.
They got off to a slow start, albeit against some really good teams in Derby and Washburn.
Yep.
I honestly think they should have won the Trinity game.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I didn't think we played all that well in the Trinity game.
It was a little bit of a wake-up call, I would say.
Yeah. Johnson can't get to it. Benning trying to get it back, and now Dorath walks away with it. No, he doesn't.
Northwest is doing a good job of keeping the pressure. They're just losing the ball right after they get it from them.
Here's a chance for Newton. Good pass, and they centered it. Nobody's home, and it's cleared out very nicely that time by Ramirez.
Newton's sure taking their time of setting up the play.
And we have a foul called and a free kick coming for Newton. Can't go in, Carlos.
Actually, he's going to
he can. Another yellow has been issued. Who's that to?
Brandon Ramirez.
That's what I thought. So Ramirez saddled with a yellow card. Shakhtar will go in for him.
Yeah, there's been two not very smart challenges made here by Northwest. And hopefully we don't get another yellow for either Hyro or Brandon later in the game, because we do not need another red card suspension here.
No, we do not.
Because it already sucks enough to not have Calvin play. And shout out to Fishing with Calvin, Calvin's YouTube channel. Great fishing YouTube channel. I was told to mention it, so I figured it was the time since we were talking about Calvin.
He's got a fishing channel?
Yeah, he does. It's called Fishing with Calvin. And he has, I want to say, 760 subscribers or so.
No kidding.
But it's a pretty good YouTube channel. Everyone should go check it out.
What's it about, or do I already know?
He just goes fishing. It's pretty much it. But it's
video of him fishing?
Yeah, he does a bunch of videos of him fishing.
No, that doesn't sound like the most exciting thing in the world. But
he makes it exciting. He's with friends and all that.
I'm sure he does.
It's pretty entertaining. Oh, actually, Kevin, now that I think about it, I might want to write down that Christian scored on the folder in a minute, just so we remember that.
Yeah, Christian did. Corner kick coming. And that goes through the wickets and in. Dominic Johnson couldn't get it. And give the credit to the goal to Johnny Galvin, number 7. And it's 3-1. Now they're going to go ahead and take a water break. Let's go ahead and take one as well. If we can get our executive producer to go. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is Grizzly Soccer. Say what? You can put a longer one. You can put a, if you get out of the 10-second folder, you can put a 30-second in. Yeah, go ahead and take it. You launch it anytime. No, you didn't. No, don't hit play. You got to hit cut. Yeah. See, if it doesn't appear on the right-hand screen, see where the cut is on the right? Go to the right of where you are. Yeah, that's what you got to use. If it doesn't appear on what's going out, it never went out. Yeah, go ahead and do it.
What does it mean? What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
to redefine yourself,
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
to realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training,
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
so you can be all you can be.
Back at South High with April Isbell and Jonathan Perrone and April Isbell. Grizzlies trail 3-1, 17:44 to go in the first half. And everybody's coming out of a water break, and I appreciate the officials giving them the water break. That's a good thing. Hydration always a concern, especially on hot days like what we've got now. For those of you out of town, the bad news is it's going to be in the upper 90s all week. Good news is that next week it's going to be in the 70s. We're going to get some fall weather in here next week, and they're actually threatening to give us some rain Sunday night into Monday. Awaiting the restart, and we are back underway with the kickoff. Did you start the clock, April? Kids are learning what it's about.
Very fast attack here from Newton here.
It is. They got down there in a hurry with some numbers.
Good recovery, though, from Northwest.
It is. Eli Benning came away with the ball. He sends one up here to Durath. Durath back to Urbano. Urbano, who scored the goal for Northwest a few minutes ago.
Newton's giving Northwest a lot of space here.
And that one will go all the way back to Wall. And he'll have a goalkeeper distribution.
Didn't look like a bad run there from Durath. Just through ball was a little too leading there.
Yeah.
And the goalkeeper caught it. Basil's being tested.
There's a
over
crossing
there in the
pass. Yes, it's in the center. Cleared away by the Grizzly defense. Johnson with it for Northwest. He sends one over in the direction of Andrew Smith, but it goes out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Newton. 16 to go, first half. Grizzlies down 3-1.
Yeah, Newton is sure testing the midfield and defensive line of Northwest with these very fast-paced attacks and just dribbling in the corner and all that.
Free kick coming for Northwest. David Avila getting ready to come back in for the Grizzlies. Up to Benning. Benning couldn't control it. Newton gets it back. Fighting for it right in front of us.
Yeah, too bad Durath did not come away with that ball. He's putting in a good effort to try to stop the Newton play from dribbling.
On the far side, that one is going to stay in. No, it goes out. It belongs to Newton. And now both teams will sub. The players mentioned before is David Avila. And for Newton, it's Enrique Arellano coming in.
Looks like Avila will be taking out Johnson for Northwest here. Yeah, a little interesting on that last attacking play. It looks like Newton has Northwest a little stretched out. Because I believe it was Jesus Ortiz that is playing striker right now. And it looked like he ended up in the defensive end over there.
Well, that's good if he's playing defense. Newton controlling the ball in its backfield. Here's Durath. This one forward. Wall picks it off. And we'll have another goalkeeper distribution.
Great idea, or excuse me, great idea from Benning there. Just a little too much on the through ball there. Looks like that may have gone off the hand of Benning. I guess not. The ref did not call it.
Or he called advantage, one or the other. Durath can't control it. Here comes Newton back.
Ooh, looked like a very bad fall there from Benny, but he gets right back up. It's good to see.
Carlos with it. Out of foul called. It will be a free kick for Northwest.
That looked like the Newton player gave him just a little bit of a bump, but that's all you need. Ref will call that foul all day.
Isaac Featherston getting set to come in for the Grizzlies. He'll be joined by Oliver Rowe for the Railers. Miles Bemis up the near side with it. Out of play, we'll get a throw in. But not before we get the substitutions in.
Featherston's going to replace Durath here. Coach Roberts, who is leading, I believe is leading varsity today due to Coach Clifton's absence. Wanted some fresh legs in the attacking front.
I think that's coaching by committee down there between Coach Shook and Coach Roberts. Calvin Bell giving Durath some words of encouragement as he comes over to the bench.
Yeah, it's as much as he can do since he can't really play right now.
Wall gets this one all the way out to midfield, and it's headed away by Nuno.
Yeah, good challenge one there from Nuno.
It was. Now here's a pretty good pass up to David Avila to Featherston. Featherston centering one, and it's intercepted by Newton. Come on, Grizzlies, get it back. Get it back.
Yeah,
and here comes Newton out with it. Bassel wins it, for the moment anyway. Nice play by Bemis. Bassel comes away with it, and he has it picked off his foot. That one's intercepted by Nuno. Would have been offside had he let it go.
Yeah, Northwest has had some pretty good attacking opportunities here. I'm thinking they want to have more points on the scoreboard. Want to put up some more goals.
Here's one coming back that Carlos is pushed off of. That's going to go back to Johnny Hune. And Johnny will always send it to Bassel, but Bassel waited for it instead of coming to it. And that mistake probably cost us a goal there.
Yeah, a little bit of a breakdown in the defensive line there. Looks like some poor communication there.
And we have a player down for Northwest.
Let's see. It looks like that'll be Carlos there. Looks like he went down after that challenge. And that is not a good look for this injury.
Looks like it's a cramp.
Looks like Brandon Ramirez will come in for him, because he'll most likely have to exit the field. Go to the bench and cool down a little bit. I do gotta say, with this breeze, it doesn't seem too hot out here. It seems pretty nice.
That's easy for you to say. I'm burning up. I'm hot. April's hot, but she's working hard. Carlos is being assisted off the field. That's not a good thing. Let's send it to a commercial. If you got a longer one you can put up, that's fine.
Do you know who scored that?
We'll be back, folks. Stay with us. You're watching Grizzlies Soccer.
22.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Allen Lee Screen Printing, 348 North Washington in Wichita.
Just a little something to... Here's AJ.
Yeah. Let me see this real quick. So, are we back from commercial?
Yeah. You go ahead and do what you got to do. Yep. Newton with it. It's 4-1 now, Grizzlies trail. 9:40 to go in the first half. Start the clock. Benning giving chase on the far side, wins it. And you can see how dry the field is by the dust being kicked up now by the footwork of the players, especially if the sun is behind it. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Yeah, that does remind me, Kevin, on a couple of the attacking chances just from both sides. You can just see whenever players are making cuts and all that and just sprinting, you can just see the dirt just flying up out of the ground.
No doubt it. It's plenty dry,
but you did say on Monday that this is probably the best this field's looked in quite a while.
And it is. It is, but it is dry, and they need to water it.
Got to give credit where credit is due, I guess.
Coming in for Northwest, Brett Anderson. First time we've called his number today. 8 minutes to go. 4-1. Grizzlies are down in this second round game. Winner plays for all the marbles on Saturday afternoon, and the loser will play earlier on Saturday for third place.
Too bad Christian could not find a Northwest player in the box there, because he had a pretty good cross. Just no one in the box to find, or the ball could get to for Northwest.
That one goes into the sellout crowd. It'll be a throw-in for the Grizzlies. And it's intercepted by the Railers. There's a long shot, but the grass will slow it down, and Wall will have an easy pickup, which will end in a goalkeeper distribution.
Yeah, good takeaway there from Shock Tour. Just tried to pull the trigger from pretty far out, so the goalkeeper had that covered all the way.
Yeah. Miles Bemis defensively for Northwest. Grizzlies trying to get something going here.
Yeah, I was about to say, it definitely looked like a handball by Newton, but the referee, I'm assuming, played advantage there.
Out of play, it'll be a throw-in for the Railers. Railers will send Victor Medina back into the lineup, number 9. Newton with it on the restart. Medina has it, sends it back to Abrego. Abrego to Galvin. Galvin with it now, sending it wide on the far side. And Newton has some numbers offensively here.
If Ricardo goes high, then you got to pinch in there, Medina.
Fighting hard there by Benning.
Benning is fighting hard, and it will be a throw-in for Northwest.
Great run there. Looks like it ran about.
Or is it a corner? The ball go over the goal line?
I believe it's a throw-in, I would like
That's
to
what
say.
I thought.
It looks like Durath will come in for Smith here for Northwest.
Andrew Smith did not get many opportunities on that shift. Ball thrown in. Grizzlies have it. Trying to center it desperately, but nothing going. Bemis with it now. And he sends one forward. There was not a white shirt anywhere near where the ball went.
Yeah, very interesting decision there.
And Bemis guilty of a foul, or is he? Oh, they call the foul on Newton.
Oh, that's surprising.
I would have called it the other way.
I guess whatever floats your boat for the ref.
We have another foul called. Ball finally makes its way back to where Eli is standing. And it's either going to be Eli or Jesus taking this free kick.
I overheard Coach Roberts and Coach Shook call Jesus over to the ball. I think they may want him to take the shot here.
They might be asking for that. And yes, Benning runs away. And it will be Ortiz getting it in the neighborhood of Benning. And whatever the play was, it didn't work very well.
Yeah, there just wasn't nothing really developed in that set piece opportunity there for Northwest. That's really disappointing because that could have been a really good scoring opportunity there for Northwest.
Sure. Approaching 2 minutes to go in the half, and what we're going to do at halftime, ladies and gentlemen, we were told that the halftime interview from Monday with Coach Roberts did not play well, and it was impossible for some folks to hear. Now, if that was true for everybody, then we apologize for that, of course. We had so many issues on Monday because of the heat. And I was going to say this in the pregame show and never did, but it was so hot Monday that the computers all shut down. And when they shut down, we couldn't get them to restart. So we have a foul called here. So we ended up, our broadcast ended 20 minutes early.
Yeah, very
for which we apologize. There wasn't a thing we could do about it. Not a thing.
I do got to say, I think the head referee here, he's pretty quick to call fouls, but at least he's keeping it fair. He's doing it both ways, so there's not much to complain about.
He's calling the game even. We can't complain about that, so no, not at all. 1 minute to go in the first half. Grizzlies down by 3.
I could only assume that Northwest here wants to get one more back before going into the halftime break.
On the near side. Big fight for the ball. Jesus had a player draped on his back. It'll go out of play and belong to Northwest.
There's a corner opportunity here for Northwest. This is going to be a very, very good opportunity here.
They're going to have to hurry. There's only 10 seconds to go. That one goes through everybody. The ball was too high. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. April, would you go into the commercial folder and look for the Roberts interview? Because that's what we're going to play. Alrighty, it's halftime here at South High. Grizzlies trail Newton by a score of 4-1. We're going to send it to a quick halftime. Will join us, and it'll be the interview we played on Monday. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Intrust Bank is a major sponsor of the Northwest Soccer program through the Eric Profit Scholarship Tournament. At Intrust Bank, we place our values at the center of everything we do. It's a philosophy we have followed for more than 140 years. This principled approach to business is encapsulated into 3 words: tradition for today. This principle makes us different from the rest. Check out Intrust Bank today at intrustbank.com.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Bill Nightingale, General Manager of Mel Hamilton Ford. Are you looking for a used car, truck, or SUV? With the largest selection in the state, you're sure to find the vehicle you're searching for at Mel Hamilton Ford. At the Big Corner, customers are number one, so every used vehicle is checked out in our shop by a certified technician before it goes out on the lot for sale. Shop Mel Hamilton Ford first, a dealer you can trust. Visit us out on West Kellogg today or shop us online at mhford.com. Mel Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
Grizzly Soccer Online is supported by Todd Eflin Narrates. I'm the voice you hear on our sponsor announcements. My wife is an alum of Northwest, and this is my 6th season as your announcer. I was a longtime radio personality in Wichita and now do full-time voice acting. You can use my voice for your business, like product or training videos, telephone systems, radio or TV spots, and audiobooks. Learn more online at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com.
It's halftime, and joined here at halftime by a very special guest and a face that is unfamiliar to almost all of you, one you're going to be seeing a lot of. This is our newest assistant coach, Corey Roberts. Coach, first of all, welcome to Northwest.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. Super excited to bring my talents to be able to help these young student athletes develop and grow into young men.
That's what it's all about. It's not what happens on the soccer field. It's what happens in life. And we appreciate your role in that effort for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and that's something that, I'm really big on values. So just treating people right, and leading by example. If I can help these boys out here, lead them by example and help them lead others by example, that's what it's all about. So
let's talk a little bit about Corey Roberts. Give us a little bit about your background. Nobody knows anything about you.
Oh man, I played soccer in college. I played at Coffeyville Community College. We were 8th in the nation. We lost to the national champions that year. So it was a nail biter, but we could have pulled it off. But and then I was going to go play in Ohio, but I had my son, so it was time for me to be a dad. So, but yeah, I love coaching. I love helping these kids and just being the mentor for them that some of these kids never had. So that's just real important to me, and that's why I decided to come back and start coaching. Last year, I coached at Hutch. Last year, I was the assistant varsity coach, and before that, I had coached many teams prior to that. But I'm definitely glad to be here and be part of the Blue Gold.
And you're also in the building during the day. You actually have a real job, if you don't mind my saying so. Tell us a little bit about that.
I am a high incident paraeducator right now, and then I'm finishing my degree. I'm going to be going into sociology work and psychiatry. So that's going to be fun. It's just all about, helping these kids and assisting them in the areas where they don't have the confidence at right now. And if I can help build their confidence up, that's what it's all about. So,
Coach Clifton and Coach Shook have been here a long time doing it by themselves. I know they appreciate having you around helping them out.
Yeah, they're super good guys. They're glad that I'm here too, and I'm just excited to keep working with them. So I can definitely see myself here for a long time. So it's gonna be nice. We're gonna have a great team. We're building and we're getting all the pieces together, and we're being able to work together. That's what it's all about. So yeah.
Okay, well, we're glad to have you on board, and we wish you the best of luck and hope that you're wearing blue and gold for a long, long time.
Yes, sir. So blue and gold is my colors for sure. So
Assistant head coach Corey Roberts with us here at halftime. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with the second half of today's game. Stay with us. You're watching Grizzly Soccer on NWHS Grizz, the Northwest YouTube channel.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
To challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
When I was a child, we'd go to the original Credit Union of America on Ellis Street, and they'd always give me a red lollipop.
My car needed repairs, and my mechanic delivered the news that it was going to cost quite a bit more than I had planned for.
I love my job as a teacher, but it can be tough. Recently, I received a box filled with classroom supplies from Credit Union of America.
It all started with the lollipop.
It all started with a box of school supplies.
It started with a personal loan, but today,
Credit Union of America
is so much more to me.
Where will you start? Learn more at cuofamerica.com.
And we welcome you back to South High, the East Grass Field and the setting sun. The lights are on already here. They haven't taken effect yet. And Grizzlies in this winner's bracket game trail 4-1 to the Newton Railers. The winner of this game will play Saturday afternoon for the championship of the blue bracket, and the loser of this game will play for third place. And I'll tell you when here in just a moment. Here are the goals scored in this game for Newton. Goal 5 minutes in by Eric Valdivia Manguia. Yeah, I apologize for my horrible pronunciation. 8 minutes in, Alex Turbillo Triana scores. 18 minutes in, 10 minutes later, a goal by Johnny Galvin. And then late in the first half, Juan Pablo Salgado, the senior, puts one home for Newton. Northwest's only goal was scored by Christian Urbano, and that's where we are. It's 4-1. Grizzlies trailing Newton here at halftime. Okay, the loser of this game will play at 11 o'clock on Saturday against a team yet to be determined. So if the Grizzlies don't come back, we will be playing at 11 on Saturday. All set here for the start of the second half. I'm waiting for the rest of my crew to get here. Northwest will kick off, and they will play from right to left here in the second half. Your clock's all set up. No spectacular changes for either team. Both goalkeepers remain the same. And good to see all four of the walking wounded are here. And that would be A.J. Joint, Pierce Schneider, Landon Vestring, and of course Calvin Bell's not wounded, but he's still here to support their teammates. And we're underway here in half number 2. Benning has it, and we'll dish it off here on the near side to Shock Tour. Back to Benning. Benning can't control it. Now he gets it in front of him. Nice job. Brings it across the halfway line. Sends it forward to Jesus Ortiz, but Jesus can't control it. Newton comes away with it. A very warm and muggy day here in Wichita. Game time temperature was 94 degrees. And with the air quality is in the unhealthy category here today, as we are suffering the ill effects of the smoke from the forest fires in the Pacific Northwest and in Canada. They are being swept in our direction. Durath with it right in front of us, sends it back to Shock Tour. Shock Tour across the way to Nuno. Nuno up to Benning. Benning across midfield. On the far side, he sends it forward. Give and go back to Benning, and Benning can't control it. Nice tackle on the play by Torres of Newton. And now we have a stoppage of play, and a yellow card has been issued to someone.
Elijah Benning. He must have said something to the referee there.
And it is Benning that's coming off. He'll be replaced by Dominic Johnson, and evidently the referee did not accept Eli's invitation to dinner after the game. That's a third yellow card issued to a Wichita Northwest player in this contest. Highly unusual behavior for this team. This is not a team that draws a lot of cards.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. And that just puts
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said very unfortunate there. It's fortunate because if one of the three players that are on a yellow get, or like I said earlier, if they get another yellow, then they get a red, and they're going to be out.
We don't need any more players out.
Exactly.
And, you know, we've gotten 3 yellow cards tonight, and I don't think there's a good yellow card in the bunch.
Yep. I'll have to agree with you there, Kevin.
This one goes into the Northwest bench. Bassel will throw it in for the Grizzlies. But not until Hyro comes back in. He's got one of the, doesn't he have one of the yellows?
Yes.
Well, write the yellows down, will you? It's Hyro and Benning, and who had the third one?
Brandon.
That's right. Durath gives it back to Shock Tour, and he centers one to Dominic Johnson. Johnson back out here to the near side. There's Christian Urbano dicing and slicing, and there's a long one, and an easy save there for Abram Wall, the goalkeeper of Newton. Newton controlling the ball in their own backfield. Now they send it up to midfield, and here they come 3-on-4. Trying to make use of some speed, but Brandon Ramirez is there to counter that. Bemis on the far side. And they're saying it went out, and it belongs to the Railers. 4 minutes gone. Here in the second half, Grizzlies down 4-1. Durath gets a nice pass, sends a feed to Ortiz. Ortiz at the corner, bringing it in, centering one, and they're gonna call an offside. Interesting play that they would call the. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see the offside either. But
they called the offside as soon as he sent the ball backward.
I guess they have a better view of the play than
Well,
we
that's
do.
right.
So.
They had a better view than we did.
could not help but hear during halftime, Coach Roberts was talking to the varsity players, and he specifically mentioned that he wants more shots. He wants more shots.
Don't we all?
He's tired of looking at the scoreboard. He wants some more shots. He's very confident that if we put up shots, then we'll score. And I agree with him.
You can't score unless you do. Dominic Johnson sends one wide. Grizzlies working their way downfield.
There's a little too much on that through ball there.
And Wall will pick it up. Grizzlies are playing into the breeze here in the second half. Now, there's not a lot of wind, so I don't think it's going to make much difference. But Avila sends it up on the far side. Hyro trying to get something going, can't. Centering pass is intercepted, and it comes all the way back. Max Nuno will corral it, and he sends one over here on the near side for Ramirez. Brandon will give it up here to Basil Shocktour. Shocktour. Back to Nuno. Nuno up the middle. Avila over to Miles Bemis.
Good ball movement from Northwest with this high pressure from Newton. Putting a lot of pressure on the defensive line, but they've done a good job just getting it out.
There's one up the middle. That's going to go over for a goal kick. Let's go ahead and take a 10-second timeout. We'll be back with more. You're watching Grizzlies Soccer.
All American Automotive, 8535 West 21st Street, serving the automotive repair and tire needs of Wichita since 1972.
Back here at South High, chance for Newton. Newton putting on the Jets. That's Salgado on the far side with it. Goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Railers.
It's good effort there from from Miles Bemis to not allow the Newton player to cross the ball into the box.
Out here to center. It's Urbano. Slicing and dicing, looking for some help. Gets it from Shocktour on the near side. Bassel runs it up. DeRath. Back it comes to Brandon. He can't get to it. Controlled by the Railers. Victor Galvin sends it off to Torres. Back now to Victor. At the center spot. Sends it over on the near side to Oliver Rowe.
Yeah, I think Newton's main goal for the second half is just control the possession, just based on them being up by 3 goals here. I think that's their #1 goal.
Well, they can play a more defensive-minded game, and I think that may be what Coach Scott Chansey is talking to them about here. Although right now they're playing offense. There's a shot, goes wide. That'll go over for a goal kick. Let's take 10 seconds. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
The Northwest alumni are 10-year supporters of the Grizzly Soccer program.
Back at South High. Eli Benning. And also going in was Dominic Johnson. 30 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, clock running. Grizzlies down by 3. They need to start thinking about putting the ball in the hole somewhere. but they have to get the ball first.
Northwest is doing a really good job right now just controlling possession.
On the near side, Andrew Smith is going to get called for a foul. And it'll be a free kick for the Railers.
Yeah, very good start to the attacking chance there, just missing the extra couple of passes and near the goal, and then a shot.
Up the middle, Galvin with it, dishes it off to his brother. Now up here on the near side with it is Triana. Grizzlies intercept it, send it forward. Bassel will throw it back in for Northwest. Nice throw to Eli, but he can't control it. John Lee comes up, gets it back to Benning. Benning to Durath on the near side.
Good, Johnny.
Durath gets called for a foul.
Johnny, good. Good, Johnny.
Heel pass for the Railers. Gets the offense started. Miles Bemis comes back to clear it out of danger for the moment, but it's in the corner. And Shakhtar knocks it out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Railers after they sub in Joby Entz.
Yeah, good effort there from Shakhtar, just running to the corner, making sure they couldn't start any attacking opportunity there for Newton.
Ball comes back in. Entz with it and loses it to Urbano. Christian sends it up to Benning. Benning in the center circle with it. Gives it to Dominic. Dominic controls it, gives it back to Benning. Benning now sending it up to Andrew Smith. And Urbano up to Shakhtar. Shakhtar on the near side. Looking to center, it does so, and it goes through everybody. And it goes over for a goal kick. Let's go ahead and take a timeout. We'll be back in 10 seconds. This is Grizzly Soccer.
We wish to thank Scott Mueller and Basis Consulting Engineers, LLC, 800 East 1st, Suite 401. Proud supporters of the Grizzly Soccer program.
Awaiting the goal kick, there it is. And off on the far side with it come the Railers. Now they're bringing it here more to the middle, and it's intercepted by Durath. Johnson.
And that last attacking opportunity for Northwest, it was actually a really good opportunity. It's just that cross from Shakhtar was just a little too high because I believe we had two white shirts in the box there, so that could have been a goal for Northwest there.
Believe they called a foul over there, so it'll be a free kick for Newton. Jesus Ortiz getting set to come back in. John Lee defensively kicks it into the dugout.
It's a very good challenge there from Lee. It's a little risky, though, with the high kick towards the Newton player, but referee didn't see anything wrong with it.
Grizzlies going to need to get the ball back here. And they did. Now Ortiz will come in. Dominic comes out. And the Grizzlies will be set to resume play here.
And I do gotta say, I liked how in this game, Elijah Benning and Christian Urbano, they've done pretty well in the midfield, just controlling the ball and not rushing any passes. They're taking their time, just scanning the field and just making sure they're producing really good passes to their teammates.
Problem is, the Grizzlies still are having trouble finishing.
Yep, that is a pretty big flaw.
There's a foul called. That'll be a free kick for the Grizzlies.
Smarter, see the ball. See the ball.
Looks like Hyro over there he's got to be a little careful talking to the ref there because he is on a yellow card.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's on a yellow, one of our 3.
So you better be careful talking to the ref. Cause
last thing we need is for him to extend another dinner invitation.
Yep.
In the air it goes. Oh, Hyro couldn't get to it. There's a shot, and it goes wide, and it will be a goal kick for Newton. Let's go ahead and take 10 seconds. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Portions of this game are brought to you by family of Jeff Beard. We thank you for your continued support of Grizzly Soccer.
Goal kick taken. Christian Urbano gets a head on it. Now he gets a chest on it. And here's Eli Benning with it. Benning passing to the wide side. Sent it to Andrew Smith. He couldn't control it. Here comes Newton back with it. And they've got something cooking, 3-on-4. And Johnny comes out. And there's gonna be a yellow card here for hitting Johnny.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that, well, on the game against Monday, we sure our keepers are taking a little bit of a toll here, taking some hits, because obviously AJ went out in the Monday game against Emporia, and Johnny also took a hit as well.
Well, you know, on AJ's play, a yellow card was issued. But you know what? I think it should have been a red myself.
Well, you know what?
Not because AJ got hurt, but because the potential.
Yeah, the challenge.
Yeah.
But at the end of near the end of the game, whenever the live stream was not up and running, that same player that got a yellow for hitting AJ hit Johnny, and he got a second yellow. So he received a red card later in that game.
Yeah.
So either way, he got a red card, so he can't play for the next game for Emporia.
That one goes into the sellout crowd on the far side. Pretty good crowd on a hot night here in Wichita. Although the sun going down, it is starting to cool. Temperature's probably in the upper 80s at the moment. Not sure what we're going to do on Saturday, but I do know what we're doing tomorrow. We're going to play American football. We'll be at Heights High. That one goes out of play, and that will be a corner kick, I think. Nope, they called it a goal kick. We're at Heights High tomorrow night. Craig and I will be on the air at 6:30 with the pregame extravaganza. And then kickoff at 7 o'clock from Heights Field, Northwest and the Falcons in a City League contest. Looking forward to it. And Craig, if the Grizzlies played anything like they played 1 week ago, it's going to be a rough and tumble night. because they were all over the Eagles on Friday night.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. If Northwest plays like they did against Bishop Carroll, I think they will easily have a great game against Heights. But also, you got to make sure you don't get too cocky as a player for Northwest. So that might play a factor as well.
Yep.
But if they play how they did against Bishop Carroll, it should be a great game.
Ortiz with it. He sends it across. Oh, and it went right through the feet of Hyro.
Yeah, too bad.
And out of play, so it'll turn it over.
Too bad Hyro was not able to control that.
Yeah, it is.
A really good attacking opportunity there.
Approaching 20 minutes remaining in the second half. Grizzlies down 4-1. In a game they've never led. They were down as 3-0, and then later on 4-1. That's the way it's gone. This is trouble, but getting back there to help is Miles Bemis. Well, he came out of nowhere, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a really quick dude. He's pretty speedy, and that showed as well after he blocked the ball. He's made a really good run to the ball in the corner, and he beat the Newton player.
That one gets chipped out towards center, but there's nobody there but black shirts. Brandon Ramirez with it. Now Benning brings it up. Far side. Oh, we forgot to take the ball with you. That was Ortiz who left the ball behind.
You know, I'm very surprised right there that the head ref did not give a card out to Jesus there, because...
What, for kicking the ball out of play?
No, it was a little bit of a bad challenge onto the Newton player, but I guess the ref didn't see that.
I was going to say, I wouldn't have carded for that. Nuno and Johnson getting set to come back in for Northwest. Ball out to center. Newton comes down, 2-on-4. Wow. That's the kind of play where somebody gets hurt. Miles Bemis got right up. But that should be a yellow card. We'll see what he calls.
I don't think he's going to give a card for that one either. But yeah, that one.
I would have carded
wow.
that. Serious, dangerous play.
Oh, let's see. Looks like someone's getting a. Oh no, Miles is injured.
Miles, yeah, I think he's got a cramp. Nuno's going in for him. Coach Shook comes out to meet him. 17:35, the clock has stopped. Now Johnson comes in for Eli Benning, and Eli looks tired.
Yeah, he's played most of the game, and also he's a pretty big part of our midfield for Northwest anyway. So he's a pretty important piece to the team, but he gets a little breather every once in a while.
Back underway now. Featherston, sends it over to Ramirez on the near side. Ramirez is pushed down, and that'll be a free kick for Northwest. And I guess we just noticed this. I'm going to need your help with this one, Craig. Newton has changed goalkeepers.
Yes.
Who's in goal?
I believe it's. Is there another 00?
There's a single 0.
That may be. Yeah, I believe that's.
Angel Gutierrez in
Maybe.
goal. Okay. That's the guy that was warming up earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
I didn't see him come in as a sub, but
yeah, they brought him in for the second half.
I never saw that. The only reason I noticed it is that Wall was standing right here in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
This one comes out. Here's a challenge for Northwest. They get it all the way back to Johnny. Johnny will send it over here to Ramirez. Ramirez sends it up to Featherston. Isaac still with it. Gives it back to Brandon. It goes out of play, and it will belong to Newton. Newton sums in Victor Galvin and Rogelio Aguilar. And they come in with less than 16 remaining here in the second half. Grizzlies down 4-1. Out to center. Newton content to make the Grizzlies work for it. Doing a great job of ball possession here, Craig.
Yeah, you can clearly tell that that's what their intentions are, just passing it back and forth. They have no intentions of scoring any goals unless there's a clear opportunity for it.
Or unless we get one.
That is a good point.
Throw in on the far side. Numbers are getting harder to read in the setting sun and the haze that covers the field. That one's going to go out of play. Oh, it started to stay in, and they called it out. Featherston did everything he could to keep it in play and get a breakaway out of it, but it just didn't work.
I do got to say, I think that was a very close call.
It was close.
So,
it was very close.
I could see that call going either way, so I'm not too mad about that.
I can't complain.
Oh,
that's a hard foul. Ramirez goes down and is still down.
Luckily, the ref is not going to give him a second yellow for that. It looks like a cramp.
He's got a cramp. Miles Bemis will go in for him. Clock stops with 13:27 remaining in the second half.
And Coach Shook looks like he'll go check on Ramirez here.
He's up.
It's a good sign.
Great sign.
And hopefully it's just a cramp and nothing too serious. Because, again, we do not need any more
We don't need any more players hurt.
Yep. We don't need any more entering the injured list.
And Brandon walks off under his own power, so that's a good sign.
Let's see what Newton can do here with this set piece opportunity.
In the air, loose in front, headed away. And now what do we have? Another player down.
I believe that's Christian Urbano.
It is. He went down hard.
Looks like I believe it was with the ball. I guess the impact with the ball to Christian's face.
This is going to take a couple of minutes, so let's go ahead and take an extended timeout. We'll be back with more from South High, Grizzlies, and Newton. Grizzlies trail 4-1. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Intrust Bank is a major sponsor of the Northwest Soccer program through the Eric Profit Scholarship Tournament. At Intrust Bank, we place our values at the center of everything we do. It's a philosophy we have followed for more than 140 years. This principled approach to business is encapsulated into 3 words: tradition for today. This principle makes us different from the rest. Check out Intrust Bank today at intrustbank.com.
Shall we book it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Bill Nightingale, General Manager of Mel Hamilton Ford. Are you looking for a used car, truck, or SUV? With the largest selection in the state, you're sure to find the vehicle you're searching for at Mel Hamilton Ford. At the Big Corner, customers are number one, so every used vehicle is checked out in our shop by a certified technician before it goes out on the lot for sale. Shop Mel Hamilton Ford first, a dealer you can trust. Visit us out on West Kellogg today or shop us online at mhford.com. Mel Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
Grizzly Soccer Online is supported by Todd Eflin Narrates. I'm the voice you hear on our sponsor announcements. My wife is an alum of Northwest, and this is my 6th season as your announcer. I was a longtime radio personality in Wichita and now do full-time voice acting. You can use my voice for your business, like product or training videos, telephone systems, radio or TV spots, and audiobooks. Learn more online at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com.
Christian Urbano comes off on his own power, which is a good thing, and he's now with the South High medical trainer. 13:20 remaining in the second half. Grizzlies will have a free kick, or are they going to do a drop ball? It will be a drop ball. And referee Matt Wygant will drop it. And we're back underway. Grizzlies need 3 to tie. They certainly cannot afford to give up any more.
It will be a little difficult, though, for Northwest to put up some points here, or score some goals here, because Newton is just in full possession mode. Just stay back, play some defense.
And who can blame him? Here's Shock Tour. Oh, he whiffed on it. Gives it up to Avila. Dominic Johnson can't control it, and here comes Newton. Got behind the defense. Here's an opportunity, a shot, and a save by Johnny Hune off the foot of Ethan Downey. And it will stay 4-1.
Yeah, it was a very quick attacking or counterattack right there from Newton, excuse me. And it was just one through ball over the top where it looked like 2 forwards actually beat the Northwest defense there. Yeah, but luckily...
Yeah, they both got behind the defense.
Yeah, luckily Johnny was able to save that there.
There's a nice tackle by Johnny Galvin. And he sends one forward. Centering pass. Here's a shot. Blocked by the defense. And there's a second shot and a score. Is that 20?
Let me see. Not sure.
Or is it 23?
22.
22?
Yep.
Juan Pablo Salgado gets the goal, picking up the rebound of his own his own block shot. So we'll give it to him unassisted. Makes it 5-1, and that's probably going to do it. Now Durath is getting helped off the field by Basil Shakhtour. He doesn't look like he's feeling very well. Back it goes. Benning. Sure would like to see the Grizzlies get a couple here just to have something to build on, even if they don't win the game.
Yeah, that would do a lot for the confidence.
It would. When the game is over, we're going to do a quick sign-off because we've got to get everything packed up before they turn the lights out on us. Assuming that a miracle does not occur, we will be on the air Saturday morning at 10:40 a.m., breakfast with the Grizzlies, for the third-place game in the Titan Classic against a team yet to be determined. This one goes back to Johnny. He sends it back forward. Benning has it on the far side in the air.
Very good chest pass, I would say, there from Featherston.
I would agree with that.
That was actually a really good ball into the box there. There's two Northwest players, just too bad.
Couldn't get to it.
Yeah, too bad a Newton player got to it first.
David Avila steals it. Gives it over on the far side to Benning. Benning sends one up to Hyro, back to Benning. And Newton gets it, pops it in the air. Shakhtour will get ahead on it, and he's got some real estate on this side to work with. And he tried to center it to Benning, and it was deflected. And now finally falling on it is Angel Gutierrez. And it will be a goalkeeper distribution for the Railers. Wow, that was a good pass.
Sure was.
Victor Medina couldn't control it, or he'd have had a point-blank shot here. Five to 1, Grizzlies trail, 8:30 to go. This issue has pretty much been decided. Nice play by Nuno to clear it out. There's a handball they missed. A call advantage, and that's a good call.
Sure is. And Newton's doing a really good job of putting pressure on the defensive line, causing them to make a lot of clears.
That one gets sent out of play. No, it stays in on the far side.
Northwest isn't having a lot of time to make decisions with passing.
Here's a ball. That one's going to get chucked into the Northwest bench.
Caught by Coach Roberts there.
Good play by the coach. Hope you enjoyed our interview with Coach Roberts tonight. We apologize that we were unable to get that to you last time we tried to run it. Hopefully it sounded okay to one and all here this evening. Entz comes back in, number 2, for Newton. He'll replace Victor Galvin.
Good header there from Basil.
It was.
Great awareness.
And here comes Benning up the middle with it. Ball tackled right off his foot, and I got to tell you, that was a good tackle by Victor Galvin. There's a chance that one's going to go over the goal line. I think that'll be a corner.
Yes.
Did we touch it last?
Yes, I believe John Lee.
I thought he
the
did.
Last touch on there.
So that'll be a corner kick for Newton on the near side. What little wind there is will be at his back.
Yeah, it's a very excellent defensive stop there because it's pretty risky. Again, with a high kick there.
Oh, yeah. April has just pointed out to us that the game on the turf field directly behind us is in penalty kicks. And that's Derby and somebody. I don't know who Derby's playing, I forgot. Somebody scored over there. You can hear the, no? Save. Somebody made a good save. This is a goal kick for Northwest. Miles Bemis on the far side will bring it up. Gives it to Bassel. Nice through ball, but nobody there to get it. The Newton players are more interested in the game behind us than their own. There's a grab by Johnny, and he'll have a goalkeeper distribution. 5 minutes to go now in the contest. And our producer engineer has left her post. It's on autopilot, April. It's okay. I don't think that went in. I hit the crossbar twice.
Good possession here from Northwest.
It is. They haven't given up. Here's Hyro trying to get open for a shot. He gets one, and it goes over the top of the goal. That'll be a goal kick for Newton. We're going to take a 10-second timeout. We'll be back. This is Grizzly Soccer.
The Ultimate Sports Academy at 9020 West Harry is proud to sponsor Grizzly Soccer on the internet.
All right, we're back. There's the goal kick in your life, as April did when I started going to commercial and she wasn't anywhere near the laptop because she's scouting the game behind us. This one goes out of play, and it will belong to Northwest. Throw in comes in. Hyro can't get to it.
Good through ball there from Newton.
It is a good through ball, and there's a chance for the Railers. There's a shot saved by Johnny. That's Johnny's best save of the night.
Sure is. And John Lee was also tested a little bit there with having to make some quick steps there to stay with the attacker. Good thing he did. And also good thing Johnny was aware there to get that save.
Of course, John Lee will be kicking the other ball tomorrow night. at Heights High. The Falcons and the Grizzlies in football action. We're on the air tomorrow night at 6:30 with the pregame show. Kickoff at 7. Craig and I will bring it to you. John Lee sends this one into the sellout crowd. That fan over there made a good play. Is that over?
Not yet.
April's going to give us a report on. You need to tell me who Derby's playing, too. Because that'll be a winner's bracket game over there.
I could probably find it real quick.
I didn't bring my book with me, and my book has the bracket in it. Shame on me. Inside 2 minutes to go now. Newton needs only to run the clock out.
Oh, Derby is playing East.
Okay.
So that's a good game.
That'll be a good game, yeah.
And that's why it went to penalties.
That one goes right to Johnny. He'll have a goalkeeper distribution here as we approach 1 minute remaining in the contest. Andrew Smith with it. Free kick coming. Now they send it forward. Newton trying to get one more. Getting it to center and cleared out by the defense.
Ooh, that was I would assume a 50-50 challenge there.
Yeah, they both went down.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad.
Inside 10 seconds now. This should do it. That one is going to go. It stayed in. And that's it. We are your final score in this winner's bracket game. Newton Railers 5 and the Northwest Grizzlies 1. We're going to go ahead and sign it off here in just a moment. A reminder, we're on the air tomorrow night for football at 6:30. Please join us. We're on the air 10:40 Saturday morning for soccer from, I believe the game's on this field, if I'm not mistaken.
It may be. Not sure yet.
I'm not sure what field we're on, but whatever field we're on, we'll be on it. Okay? And we'll just let it go with that. So for our videographer, Jonathan Pallone, and our producer, engineer, April Isbell, and for Craig Kamerick, Kevin Arkin with you, saying good night from South High, where the Grizzlies fall tonight 5-1 to the Newton Railers. We'll see you tomorrow.